All right, so there he is. He's got himself a fiance, and now he's all mad because she was in a tight spot. She doesn't go directly to him for help. She goes to the ex. Should he be upset?
Mo and Bert, how would you feel if your significant other called her ex to help her out in a crisis rather than you? It happened to me, and I can tell you, I was pretty upset. The specifics you need to know about us are, we've been together for 3 years. We've lived together for a year. I proposed in March. Our wedding is planned for this December. The specifics you need to know about her ex are, they broke up 5 years ago. They were together for 2 years. They broke up because he cheated on her. They still have mutual friends and are cordial, but not friends themselves. He works at a body shop and knows the ins and outs of cars. This factoid will make sense in a minute. Now that I got that out of the way, here's what happened last week. My fiance, I'll call her Sarah, was driving to work and her car broke down. She was able to pull off to the side of the road on the highway. She was freaking out because it was rush hour and that makes for a scary situation. Instead of calling me, instead of calling roadside assistance, she called her ex. He came to her aid, assessed the car, called the tow truck to take her car to his body shop, and drove her to work. Later that day at lunch, she called me and gave me the rundown of what happened, asking if I could pick her up from work. Her ex is going to need to work on her car for a few days. I was livid and couldn't hide it. Why would she call her ex and not her fiance? I felt the proper way to handle the situation would be to call me, her fiance. I would have shown up, called the tow truck, and taken her to work. I would have even had the car towed to her ex's body shop. I'm not opposed to her getting a good deal on her car service. I'm opposed to her ex coming to the rescue. She thinks I'm totally overreacting. Sarah said calling her ex was like calling a car maintenance person. I said, no, it's not. He's your ex. Period. Of course, I picked her up from work and brought her home, but we didn't speak. We are now giving each other the silent treatment.
That's good. That's solid.
Am I overreacting? Or was she wrong to reach out to her ex? I want to know if she's ever in danger or a crisis, she'll reach out to me first, not her ex.
All right, so the question at the top was, would you or I be mad if our girlfriends or fiancés? Yes. Absolutely yes. Now, I would need to know more details, but absolutely, if the knee-jerk reaction is to call the ex for help and not me, I can't help but be offended by that.
Even if he's the one that has like all the car knowledge?
For sure. I mean, go ahead. If you want to take the car to him to fix it, that's fine. But in that particular case, at that moment, I need to be the first call.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I would definitely be livid. And it would more so be about you not telling me that you were going to call your ex, or at least calling me first. Now, I'll admit, I don't know much about cars, so I would have showed up and we would have both had to call your ex, because I wouldn't have knew what I was doing.
I'm the same.
But I would have appreciated you first calling me, letting me know what the situation is, and then giving me a hand in helping you figure out what's next, as opposed to just calling your ex first behind my back.
Yeah, I felt like she was trying to cut out the middleman, but I hate to break it to you, your fiancé should never be the middleman, nor should he be cut out.
This feels really disrespectful to me.
Yeah, for me, it's not even the fact that she called the ex. It's more of like, why did she feel so comfortable that she could just call him up and he would come through? That to me is what's suspicious here. Like, are they keeping in contact? Because it doesn't sound like they ended on good terms.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was starting to wonder during here. Do they have more contact with each other than she's telling him?
It says they broke up 5 years ago, and they broke up because he cheated. So the fact that she's still allowing him to be her hero today is a bit odd with those stats.
Look, there are some people that are more capable than other people, right? So the ex might be more capable of taking care of an emergency situation than her current fiance is. That might be the case. Even if so, he's still off limits.
All right, so
100%.
in our previous eBuzz, we were just talking about boundaries. Jonah Hill had some pretty outlandish boundaries for his ex. So in this instance, would he sit down with his fiancée, Sarah, and be like, I have boundaries, and that is when you're in a crisis, you can't call your ex, you have to call me.
It feels like an unsaid boundary to me.
Yeah.
But
it feels like common sense.
It feels like common sense, but it wasn't for her. We all realized that there's a lack of common sense out there.
Common sense is not common.
No.
Yeah. I mean, what's happened has happened already. The
Yes.
silent treatment here, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're adults.
Yeah.
That's That's never good. But I think you can have a conversation by saying, moving forward, this is already in our past. We can't do anything about that. I'm really upset about it. I feel disrespected. Moving forward, if that happens again, I'm the first call, right?
Here's the number to AAA.
Yeah, you call AAA before you call the ex.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The Bert Show.
Hey, did you like what you just watched? Good news, there's more of us. If you go to wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's Apple or Google Play or Spotify, you can listen to The Bert Show wherever you are, whenever you want to.